Oh, hey, mate. Oh, it's been a while, hey? You can hear I'm still recovering from illness and stuff, and yeah. I went to Canada. The duck wins. That's right, mate. I fought back the insane crowds that frequently engulf Adelaide Airport. Mate, usually you have to bring a canoe so you can just surf over everyone's heads, hey, because it's so crowded all the time. Or, mate, you just got to park at home and walk in, because traffic is nuts. Oh, mate, as you can see, it's absolute pandemonium here. Literally out of control. Adelaide. And mate, Canada's nowhere near Adelaide, hey? So I had to go to New Zealand first, and I don't get the appeal, mate. It's so dark there. How they film Lord of the Rings, mate. It's so dark. I couldn't see anything. So Canada, hey? I've never seen mountains like this before. This is my first time ever overseas, and mate, it was probably hot and humid. It's like Queensland. I couldn't believe it. And yet, you can spot mountains from your Uber with snow on them. That was my first ever look at snow as an Aussie. I mean that. I've never seen snow before. Mate, we have summers that hit 45. And yet, we had the aircon blasting. Or just taking in the small cultural differences like drive-through ATMs. Never seen that. Going to my first Taco Bell. It's okay. Fudge dipped New York cheesecake on a stick. And then I met this Pikachu man on a motorcycle. As a gigantic car nerd, just to stare at traffic full of things I don't recognize was so much fun. Huge trucks everywhere. No one has these in Australia. They cost so much here in Australia. And yet, here's people using them as family sedans. Surely this guy has a government-issued certificate to show that he owns a genuine street-going battlecruiser. I did get to glance at the Freedommobile. Only once, though. Literally cool vintage cars everywhere all of the time. And this guy has the longest vehicle I've ever seen. It dwarfs even the huge F-150s. I had to tick off some culinary delights, I tried Tim Hortons. It's okay. The coffee has no punch to it. It's like a nice sweet drink thing, which is great, but no coffee kick. Had to try poutine, and of course it's amazing. Mate, it's chips and gravy, already at the top of the delicious weight gainage tier. And you guys have just smashed huge chunks of cheese on it. Of course it's good. I loved it. Oh, but mate, forget all that. I know you're here for the absolute main event, Canadian Tire. A mate of mine insisted that I go to a Canadian Tire, and I said, well, why do I need to go to a tire shop? Oh, so straight out the gates, mate, dirt. They're selling dirt. Those aren't tires. They aren't even in the same product category. What's happening? What kind of tire shop is this? I see nothing here automotive. What is it with Canadians and Tartan? Bunch of balloons. How does this aid in the forward momentum of an automobile? It's strange, mate. Most of this aisle's mostly empty. No clothes or boots or anything. Well, these aren't tires. Yeah, we don't really have these in Australia. Wait, does that count? Does that count as a tire? It's the closest thing yet. Well, I guess these are related to tires. They both take air to form a sphere. But I'm telling you right now that tires have nothing in common at all with spices. Written in French. Frank is on a roll. Frank, look, you're on a roll. And amazing that only Frank could be outdone in a showing signs of emotion contest with a stinking paper towel roll. Microwaves, fridges, marine equipment. Wait, why are all these shelves empty? Oh my dingus illustrations of wheels. This is the closest we've been yet. There's actual automotive related products in the store. Oh, Canada. Only you. Really, guys, like the Tartan. And we're now in La La Land. Gym equipment. This place literally just stocks everything but tires. Oh, but finally, I find the tires. They do exist. A Canadian Tire. Well, golly, that was worth the over 20 hours of travel across 2 countries, 5 hours in New Zealand, and then a 14-hour flight to Canada. And mate, it was rough. It was one of the longest things I've ever sat through. Oh, half the plane was sick with something as well. Cramped chairs, no air control, mate. Boeing 787 Dreamliner, more like carbon fiber minibus. Mate, all your favorite characters were there. The crying baby, the snoring guy, getting smacked by the flight attendants as they're walking up and down the aisle. And mate, one person wouldn't stop farting. Not a single wink of sleep. And the last time that happened to me, I'd broken my leg for the first time, and like I couldn't sit in any position without being in excruciating pain. It was horrible. I'll do anything to never fly long distance coach again. And Frank stayed at my sister's place as she's a huge reptile nerd and wanted the opportunity. And Frank hadn't eaten in over 6 weeks, and yet she pooed everywhere for him. Now my sister knows why Frank's pet name is Stinky. Frank can bum out the whole house. Also, like, mate, what did I buy? Well, the thing is, in this modern world, it's another Western style country. Even if brands aren't familiar, there's no real surprises, you know. Cool products for us Aussies are very similar to cool things for Canadians, especially in this buy on the internet, get it from wherever kind of world we're in. So I targeted low tier tourist garbage, like this Canada hat, not made in Canada. Canada pencils, not made in Canada. A Canadian flag. Yes, made in Canada. Get some Canadian money. I mean, it's so similar to Aussie money where, you know, it's not paper, so you can't tear it and it's fine if it gets wet. And coins. So you call them loonies? This is the $2 one? A toonie? It's got a bear on it. I mean, had to get chocolates and whatnot. Like, excellent. These were outstanding. I smashed the box in a single sitting. I found a toy shop, so like, mates of mine, you know, got like Pokemon cards and blind bags and things. Look at this cheese mouse. Amazing. This stuff, it's called like Nido, and it's like the most satisfying thing I've ever like squeezed. I gave one to my personal trainer. He can't put it down. It is the nicest feeling thing ever. I can't stop. I can't. No. Now, these certainly did come from Canadian Tire, and I had to get them as a gift to my sis for looking after, you know, Frank. These fugly placemats, aren't they great? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they're super gross and like they're really cheap. It was annoying trying to transport and not kink them. Love it says that these are imported by so-and-so, but not where they were imported from. No idea where these were made. You have to use them. It's the law now, you have to use these. I was given this, which is amazing. Like, this is such an inside Simpsons joke that this is going whoosh over so many people, but this is so genuine looking. This is anyone who watches The Simpsons is like, oh my gosh, like, when this was handed to me, I couldn't believe it. But unfortunately, my most favorite thing in the world right now is and he's a sticker, but I don't dare ever use him. Please go live with the duck. You must.
Oh, so sorry this video is a little bit shorter than normal. Like, I'm still a bit ill, guys, and I couldn't talk anymore. Speaking of not talking, Frank's not talking. Frank, you're looking so cool. No. Frank.
And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Huge thanks to my patrons, especially these stinky names right here. Because, mate, if you want more videos, well, you can go watch Garbage Time, which is my car thing. The drum thing, which is my drum thing. I do have a gaming thing as well. It's down below, mate. I stream on Float Plane and do the drums and things. And like, you know, thanks so much. Like, I'll see you all next time.
If Frank magically appears, I'm gonna be furious. I'm gonna be so mad. If like Frank just like appears with a little snooty boot out of nowhere. Frank, that was your cue. Frank, why are you looking at the wall? Don't lick the wall. This is a rental house, Frank. Frank, we worked on this for like weeks. You were meant to come around. We're gonna be viral sensations. Frank, you're not even. Stop licking the walls.